Hey guys, what's going on? In today's video, got a BMW. You might be wondering why the f I bought an E46, and it's because I'm a f***ing idiot. This car, I've had it for a couple of months, 3 months, something like that. I've not really said anything about it. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've not uploaded for about 4 months. But yeah, I got rid of the MX-5 for this. Overall, it is the better car. It also has set on fire. Well, I'll get into that in a minute. Just thought I'd show you a typical BMW interior. It's cream, disgusting, and of course I have oil and water in case it sets on fire again or decides to piss all its oil out. Well, I say piss it all out, it just burns it. But I have fixed that. I've done the rocker cover gasket already, which, you know, you can probably tell why it set on fire because of that. But yeah, I'll give you a walk around of the car. I'm in public, so I might be a bit awkward because I don't like recording in public places. First things first, we'll go under the bonnet. It's fucking stupidly heavy. Yeah, it's 4-cylinder. There's a lot of room here for things like 2 more cylinders, which it should have, but it doesn't because it's slow. I'm pretty sure there's meant to be something up there. Not sure what it is. I'll find it on eBay and probably buy it. I'm assuming it's some sort of like cabin filter, maybe, even though they're normally like behind the glove box or something. But unless it's just a tray to stop water coming through the vents and onto the engine, but I wouldn't really see the point in that because you could just get rid of the vents. Anyway, it's a N42, I think, N42 B20, 2 litres of raw power, 140 raw horsepower. Not that it actually has that anymore. Probably has about 14, but yeah, you can see where it leaked, and all the way down there the oil cap decided to fly off as well, which probably didn't help matters, but yeah, the rocker cover leaked straight onto the exhaust manifold and set the car on fire. It's nice driving a petrol again after having a diesel daily. Like, this comes out every now and then, and it might end up going away for a bit. It depends on what the MOT says in about 10 days. That caused me a lot of issues as well, but I'll get onto that in a second. The air filter, funnily enough, I bought this car, or I didn't buy it. Ooh, I found a little rip as well, which probably doesn't help, and probably why I've still got an engine management light. And as stupid as that sounds, this thing used to kangaroo like mad. You'd put your foot down and it'd just jolt back and forth. And it turns out it was because of the MAF. The MAF was plugged in, and the MAF was alright, and the airbox was fine and everything, but it wasn't attached to the intake pipe, so the MAF was getting just like a neutral reading, and that was just sucking in air, so it was giving me an O2 fault, which I still have, but the car runs a lot better now. I'm assuming once I seal that up, it'll be alright. Here's a coupe, it's quite nice, looks alright, and you know, I'll go over what's been done to it, but it is an M Sport, which means sweet fuck all really. It's got a different front bumper. I think the rear bumper's the same on a non-M Sport, and the side skirts are a bit beefier, and it's got some fancy mirrors that are fucking expensive to replace. And I think that's about it, to be fair, other than some like little trim options and stuff. And they come with the LED tail lights, which I don't think the non-M Sports do, but that's about it. Oh, and there's a little diddy spoiler that is a pain in the arse to get off, and I've tried to get it off and it just won't. So it's got this little ducktail thing on, window wang, trying to be a chaser. Pulls it off quite well, to be fair. I did have a bigger ducktail for the boot lid, but I couldn't get that one off to test fit it, so I just kind of gave up with the idea. It's also on some SSR Gartmeyers, I think that's how you say it. Genuine SSRs, proper 3-piece, and worth a reasonable amount when they're in good condition and a decent spec. These are neither of those things. I've not really touched this car, to be fair. Decent wheels. I do need to refurb them because I am going to keep them for a while. I might get them relipped. I'm not 100% sure because I can't really run any wider, and I wouldn't want to because they are 9J, which is a pain in the arse when you're wanting to do skids in the dry with an open diff. In the wet, it's fine. In the dry, it really isn't. But you can also tell, it's on coilovers, and I've raised the front about ½ an inch and the rear an inch because it used to rub like mad. Other than that, and that janky air filter, it's pretty much standard, and I've got plans for the car, which will be another video. It also does have some sort of exhaust on it, other than, I'll show you actually. Something's missing. Yeah, when it was lower, I ended up hitting the back box on a speed bump, pulling it half open, and it sounded awful. It doesn't sound much better now, but it sounds better than it did. Okay, so I'll be honest with you, doesn't sound great. Remember, it is only a 4-cylinder. It is 2 litre, so it'll make some justice, but it doesn't sound amazing. Doesn't sound that great, does it? So that's it for today, guys. I'm about to admit to something I probably shouldn't. I just drove around with my makeshift plate covers on. I just drove like 2 miles to another location because I got told off. So if you guys have enjoyed this video and want to see more BMW content and ZR content, because I do still have that for anyone wondering, like, comment, subscribe down below as you always do, and I'll see you guys in the next bloody video.